Yes, you are. It's
And good morning. Welcome once again to Revelation, some second coming of Christ. I'm Tyrone Sanders,
Richard Bateman here.
and it is indeed a wonderful day because Richard, we're alive and well.
Amen.
And folks, we want to thank you for being a part of our family. Stay by and enjoy the wonderful service that we bring as we talk about Daniel and Revelation. And well, we just completed chapter 7 of Revelation today. In our readings, we're going to look at chapter 8, and it has a lot to say about time, especially I'm looking at those 2,300 days, 2,300 days. And sometimes we call them prophecies as we see it, but we're going to study the word for itself. Speaking of time, Richard, on the news yesterday, they were talking about the cathedral in Paris
Yeah, right.
that had burned and been standing for over 800, I think it was 850 years.
Right. Yeah.
And so time is slowly moving forward. We are approaching May at this particular time. And as we're talking events and time, we have to look at ourselves because this song, For God So Loved the World, He gave His only beloved Son, that whosoever believes in Him should not perish but have everlasting life. Why? Why is that important? Because we want to go home with Jesus. I say that because we got a wonderful summit that we are getting ready for next week here in the Oxford area at the Empowerment Center. I entitled the 2019 Oxford, North Carolina Reentry Summit. This happens to deal, Richard, with individuals who have been incarcerated, getting ready to come home. Don't know when, but as stated before, uh, the government has set up as the April 22nd through the 26th as the time period to discuss, to enhance, to encourage, uh, to have a voice in those coming home. Now, we're going to look at from Monday through Friday at the Empowerment Center. So you all needed there. These same folks, the speakers, will also be on the radio next week. And we just want to enlighten you as to what will happen on particular days as we get ready to talk about those 2,300 days. Uh,
You were speaking about the reentry program.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Mhm.
Excuse me again. Excuse me again. Wow. I'm choked up there. We had the wonderful time last Friday We had a
Yes.
chance to go up to Warrenton, the adult Warrenton Correctional Facility, and we got a chance to kind of do a little pre-reentry
That's right.
programming ourselves. We got a chance to meet with some of these young men that will be getting out of the prison between May and August of this year. And it was really interesting because you had the different agencies, the different type of companies. We had construction companies to kind of meet with these gentlemen. We had profit and non-profit organizations.
Yes.
And we had 12-step programs that was there. I was kind of blessed to be involved with the 12-step program. And you were blessed to be involved with the reentry in the Oxford area.
Yes.
There was brick masons there, construction. We had various colleges there. So we do believe in, just like Jesus Christ believed in, second chances. We do believe in that everybody's entitled to adult pardon, because thank God for those. Thank the Father for Jesus Christ, who
Amen.
died on the cross, that we have so many second chances. So then that's why I really like this reentry program, because that when you do come back in after you have made an error and you've given us a second chance, you kind of need some of those support systems.
Yes, that is important.
And then this is an afford. So then I just want to throw that out there, that we got a chance to meet some of these gentlemen, that they got high hopes for the re-entering, and then that the Lord has blessed us to help these young men, and young women, just like someone has helped us along the way.
And we want you to stick with us. Richard, just taking a few minutes more just to talk about that. So it starts for us next Monday.
Right.
Different times, Monday through Wednesday. The time would be from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. We know folks are basically in between getting off from work, so we serving a light refreshment for them. And we're going to talk about returning to society, because it's mind-boggling if you don't know it. If you don't have family to set up the stage for you, you can get lost in the system.
Amen.
And find yourself returning back. The word we use is recidivism.
Right.
Recidivism. Find yourself, because you get lost and you feel like, I got to go back to my old ways of doing things. Well, Richard, one of the things that I love about your particular program dealing with substance abuse, sin. We feel trapped and we fall ourselves falling back.
Amen.
That's where the prayers and the guidance of a good friend to be there just to talk to you. And a lot of times we did that last week, just talking to individuals. I hear the one gentleman who talked about his alcohol abuse, and it took him until he got to prison for the second time, incarcerated for the second time, to realize he needed to turn his life around again.
You know, like I was sharing with one young man, he was kind of beating himself up, and he was saying, how, just like you said, I ain't been here before and everything. I really want to let everyone know, sin and substance abuse is those so closely connected until they're actually twin brothers, really, or twin sisters, because both of them is identical, the same. They go against the human body, that they go against all laws of spirituality.
That's right.
Each one of them takes you down a road of the destruction. And believe it or not, the antidote for both of them is the same: faith in Jesus Christ.
Well, and that's important.
It is. It's very important, because if you could handle this, you wouldn't let it get so far out of hand. That's why it actually says that we have come to the understanding that we need a power much greater than ourselves to help us over this addiction.
Yes.
One is substance abuse. The other one is just a 3-letter word called sin. And like I say, both of them are both the same. Christians and the adult addict have the same problem. It's called addiction. One of them call it addiction, the other one call it sin, but the antidote is still the same. And you need the same formula to get you over the help of someone, the love of Jesus Christ,
Well,
total surrender to abstain from this. And well, then we could go on forever with this because this is one of my favorite subjects. But I just want you to let you know that though prisoners, we all prisoners of something.
yes.
And the one that has got the key to unlock sin and addiction is Jesus Christ.
Right. And I'm so glad you said that. As I continue just talking about this one few more minutes here, Monday, as I said, the doors will open 4 to 6 p.m. 4 to 6 p.m. Monday. We're going to talk about returning to society. Some of these individuals who have returning back. We're going to talk about how they feel and adjusting to the outside world once again. And that's on Mondays. Again, we're having a light refreshments to be served for the folks. So please come on in. Tuesday, I spoke to this gentleman. I'm looking forward to a meeting where his name is Keywan Hester. Keywan Hester has came out and has made a successful living with a bakery shop, cupcakes, pies. Well, I want to say cupcakes and cakes. He's bringing some to the Empowerment Center on Tuesday. So, folks, come in there, and Keywan Hester will be here with us on the radio program. We got a special time for these folks to talk to us. He'll be talking to us on Tuesday from 12 o'clock to 12:15. So these guys will be here at this particular time each day afternoon at 12 o'clock to 12:15. As I said, Mr. Hester's coming in with his hardwares, cupcakes and some cakes. So I'm looking forward to that on Wednesday. Now on Wednesday, same time, 4 to 6, we have a DVD called Rikers, an American Jail, Rikers Island prison. Now, you from New York? You heard of Rikers Island?
Yeah.
It's famous for what? What is the?
To me, Rikers, they ought to close Rikers down. Rikers is a place where you don't want to go.
Okay.
Really.
Okay.
I mean, the Leavenworth is bad. What's the other one? Sing that's also in New York too. But Rikers Island is a notorious prison out there in Queens, New York.
Queens, New York.
It actually sits on an island all out there by itself. And believe me, I mean, stories that you hear about Rikers. I went to visit an adult gentleman out there once, and that's about the only time I ever went. And I'll be honest with you, my heart bleeds for those young men
right.
that is out there. Really, they're really talking about closing it.
Right.
And,
Rikers Island.
I really wish they would, seriously, and just begin new. I don't wish Rikers on no one. That's all I can say about it, really. And I have known people to come and go, and I haven't heard no one say nothing favorable about Rikers Island.
Rikers Island.
No,
okay. And continue with that on Thursdays. Thursday, we're back again from 4 to 6 o'clock. This time, we're going to have folks who come in who specialize in transitional homes, second chance programs, and jobs. So when you want to come talk to them to see whether they have any jobs or you don't have a place to go to, we're hoping to have these individuals just can talk to you or bring some appeal to here. Now, one of the programs that I work with, Richard, is called New Start. They're a program out of Henderson, but they're working with Granville and Vance County. So this county and Vance County are working together with New Start to initiate programs. So folks, if you are interested, please come on out each day that we do a program. but here to discuss, to opinionate, so we can form something or pair ourselves with the New Start program and Henderson. This program is led by a friend of mine by the name of Derek Bird. So if you know him, get in contact with him. Now, at the 6 to 7 o'clock that Thursday, we have Lawrence Carpenter. Lawrence Carpenter, well, is another individual who has gotten out of jail and has taken the next step. He owns his own cleaning service. And he was supposed to be with us last Friday,
Right,
Richard.
I remember
But
you saying that.
due to contracts, a new contract, he has been busy fulfilling his obligation to get more jobs or to
Amen.
for other individuals. So he'll be there to talk to you if you're interested and you need a job. Hey, come out and get with my friend that I know who's recently moved to the area, Lawrence Carpenter. Friday we're 5 to 7 o'clock. We got Anthony James. Anthony James has written a book called Millionaires Brothers. So he's going to be here at the radio station 12 o'clock to 12:15 talking about his book. Hopefully you will purchase his book. I'm looking forward to reading his story. And this is Friday. So with all this that we have for the city of Oxford, we want you to come on out. That's just for Oxford. We're going to put this
Right,
out
this is
for everyone.
Franklinton,
Yes, Franklinton, all the surrounding
Lewisburg.
areas. Please come on
Yeah,
out. Again, we don't want you to think it's just me. It's about us.
Yeah.
Us as a people, how we can work together for those returning back into society.
And excuse me.
Go ahead.
And it's really not just for those that are returning into
That's right.
society. It is for us that's in society that also that needs help. You know,
Yes.
that we actually struggling with some type of substance abuse, or that we struggling with some type of job or some type of adult relationship for problems. Because let's face it, in this day and time, I can't think of no one that isn't struggling with some type of issue,
Yes.
without some type of struggle. So then it's actually, we're inviting everyone, if you're incarcerated, if you haven't been incarcerated, if you're returning back into society, or if you're just wandering out there in society and you actually need some directions. We have a program that's called Let's Talk.
Let's talk.
That's a 12-step program, because mainly with us all we need sometimes is just someone to talk to, and you'll be surprised what a little talk with Jesus and another individual can really do for your soul.
Amen, man. I like how you said that. I think about that song. Have a little talk with Jesus
Jesus,
makes it right,
Makes
doesn't it?
all things right.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. So this is what we got going on next week. At the same time, we didn't throw in there just conversation, expungement, getting something off your record. That's the key note, man, especially when we go to heaven, man. Our records would be straight, we'd be right. We can go on there into heaven. Thank you, Jesus, for that particular move, you know?
Right.
So again, as we talk about 2019 Oxford, North Carolina Reentry Summit. So please come on out next week. If you need to give me a call or my buddy here, Richard, I'm throwing him under the bus here. My phone number is 919-907-9706. Tyrone Sanders. And Richard, your phone number, in case folks need to reach you?
It's 917-355-8614. And that's Let's Talk.
Let's talk. All right, folks. So here we are now. Now, Richard, from here on out, let's talk about this. Get us some information about this 2,300 days.
The 2,300 days we began with, it's for the first time you're going to hear about it, begins in Daniel 8.
Daniel 8.
8.
Okay.
This 2,300 days is adult prophecy that was given to Daniel, and it's about the re-entrance of Israel is about to be delivered from its captivity. And what had happened here is, if you remember, Nebuchadnezzar captive the Babylon.
Right.
In what was the year that we have there? I don't have my notes in front of me, but she was he actually captured it.
Mm-hmm.
And in 70 years later, King Cyrus,
King Cyrus.
uh,
Yes.
the adult king of the Persian Empire,
Mm-hmm.
gave a decree that the adult Jewish people may go back to their homeland to rebuild the adult temple.
Okay.
And Nebuchadnezzar, when he did capture Babylon, he totally destroyed it. He actually tore the temple up. He destroyed the adult temple, then not only the adult city and the surrounding areas, but he destroyed, because if you notice, if you knew, the adult temple of the adult God was in Jerusalem, so he destroyed it. And in this decree, God showed Daniel. He gives him the vision
Okay.
of the what's going to happen for 2,300 days. And if you remember, we said that in Ezekiel 4:6, it states that for one day is equal to 1 year in Bible prophecy. You may hear the word 2,300 days, but it's really 2,300 years.
Okay.
In other words, 2,300 years. Daniel, this is the longest prophecy given in the book of the Bible.
That's right.
And it begins from 457 BC and it runs all the way up to 1844
Mm-hmm.
AD.
Now,
And
we said something last week. I just want to
mhm,
jump in there. We had made mention about a day for a year
mhm,
in prophecy.
right.
So as we talk, and then you can get understanding as we say the 2,300 year prophecy,
Mhm,
instead of looking at just a day.
right. That was like just like you read last week. It was in Ezekiel 4:6, if I'm not mistaken,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
And it reads that if you got Ezekiel for 4:6,
Well, I'm going to have to pull it up now.
Okay.
We're going to have to go to the Bible, take a look at that. That was Ezekiel, you said.
Mhm,
4:6.
mhm,
Okay. And here's what I have here. And 4:6. And when you have completed them, lie again on your right side. Then you shall bear the iniquities of the house of Judah 40 days. I have laid on you a day for each year.
mhm,
A day for each year. That's what it says here.
right. So what had happened here that God had the reason how this formula came out? Did you say for 40 days there, right?
Yeah. The house of Judah for 40 days.
Okay, we could go back and really what if you remember when God sent the spies out when He had delivered them out of the land of Egypt,
That's right.
and He had promised them that they would give them the land of Canaan land,
Mm-hmm.
and God was going to let them have that land, give it to them,
Yeah.
really just virtually just give it to them.
Joshua and Caleb.
Right. So what He did, He sent 12 spies out to survey the land, to kind of get. Now the children of Israel then crossed the Red Sea. God had made a way for them to get out of the Red Sea.
Gotcha.
And He had shown them all His wonderful powers. He had even made water come out of rocks. He had even fed them bread from heaven and all these. So then there ain't no mystery in the wonders of God. So anyway, what happened was He sent 12 spies out, and 10 of them could come back, and they went out for 40 days.
40 days.
And they came back, and they said, listen. 10 of them said, listen, we actually can't take the land. These people are big and everything. But the Caleb and Joshua said, oh no,
yes,
we can do it because the Lord our God will definitely give us the land. We can do it.
Right.
And the people with these 10, they listened to him and they did. So then God said, though you was out there for 40 days, for though each day you was out there, I'm going to make it a year that you're going to wander in the wilderness. And if you know the story, the children of Israel wandered in the wilderness for 40 years. And that was a day, that was a year for each one of the days that they was out there scouting the land because of their unbelief, because that 10 people came back with such unbelief they wouldn't listen to Joshua and then Caleb. So then that was their punishment. That's how we come up with the formula of the day for a year. That's what Ezekiel is talking about in that area. And I see how the time is running short, but come in Thursday, we're gonna really get into Daniel 8, and we're gonna explain and give understanding of this 2300 day prophecy of the Daniel 8.
And that's cool to me, because as you said in Daniel chapter 8, it takes us back to the Medes and the Persians, you said.
Yes.
And then we follow up with who's that? Rome,
Greece,
and see how it all came to play.
How it is affecting us
this very day. And folks, as I said, this coming Thursday, continue listening to us here at the local radio station, WCBQ AM 1340. And we are blessed that you are in our family as we continue studying Daniel and Revelation. Until then, this is Tyrone Sanders.
Richard Bateman saying, go out and tell somebody about the wonders of Jesus Christ. And then tell them to also tune in to us on every Tuesday and Thursday at this time.
And be blessed, my friend.
Amen. Amen.
7565. And again, we want to say thank you so very much for the entire community supporting your local radio station. God bless you, and may heaven's best be yours. Presented on Good Friday for the 19th at 7 p.m. at Mount Zion United Holy Church, 209 Orange Street here in Oxford, North Carolina. Directed by Margaret Darby, local singers, narrators, and musicians. They will perform
I don't know where my mind was at.
Under the leadership of Patrick Jackson, right? Pastor. The ministry has reached out several years annually, presenting a worship music experience during the Easter
I don't know what happened. I passed that, and I just kept going. And I even said to myself, "Dang, I wonder why I ain't got to 96 yet." And I kept going.
This is a great way to enjoy the whole week.
The guy coming, he pulled in front of me. All I had to slow up. I would like to hit him. Drove all the way, and then